Welcome to Civil Services Achievers Point. We are discussing today the Assam Tribune of 23rd October 2020. At Civil Services Achievers Point, we have various courses. For details, you can call at the number given below. These are the answers to the MCQs of 12th October and these are the MCQs of 13th October. You can pause the video here and you can attempt these questions and mention the answer in the comment section. These are the important newspaper articles we are discussing today and the important editorials from the Assam Tribune of 13th October. So beginning with the news articles, Rajnath Singh, the Defense Minister of India, has inaugurated many bridges in the border areas along the border of India, Pakistan and India, China. Now, border dispute, he has commented that border dispute appears to be a part of a mission to create a dispute, and this topic we will study under the General Studies 3 paper topic security. So after Pakistan, China is also creating a dispute at the border with India, and it seems that as if it was a part of a mission which our defense minister has said on Monday, as Indian and Chinese troops remain locked in a standoff in the eastern Ladakh sector. So since India and China are frequently engaged in border disputes, so the various disputed points between India and China and India and Nepal are very important to be studied. So students, at least one question on the various passes and lakes which are very near to the disputed areas should be studied thoroughly by the students, because from them MCQ based questions can be expected in the upcoming APSC prelims examinations. The defense minister inaugurated 44 bridges and said that India is not only facing the situations along the frontiers, but India is also bringing major development including border areas. So India is not only replying to India, Pakistan and China, but also developing the border areas. So infrastructure development is also on top priority for India. So India shares approximately 7,000 kilometers with Pakistan and China. So students, you can mention in the comment section that what is the length of the India-Pakistan border and the length of the Indo-China border, and with which country India shares the longest international boundary with, in the comment section, because these questions will be asked in the upcoming APSC prelims examination. So it is very important that you keep a tab on it and you keep on practicing it. So the defense minister inaugurated the bridges which are built strategically in key areas of Ladakh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. A majority of these bridges are expected to significantly improve movement of troops in areas along the border with China in Ladakh, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh sectors. Also, the defense minister has laid a foundation stone for 450-meter long Nechipu tunnel in Arunachal Pradesh. So this is another important point. Then the next important newspaper article is that two economists have won the Nobel Economics Nobel for the auction theory, and this is highly probable question in the upcoming prelims exam of APSC. So this topic we are studying under the General Studies 3 paper economic development topic. Two American economists won the Nobel Prize for improving the theory of how auctions work and inventing new and better auction formats that are now used into many parts of the economy. So the discoveries of names of the economists are important. Paul R. Milgrom and Robert W. Wilson have benefited sellers, buyers, and taxpayers around the world. So this is the official statement of the Nobel Committee, and they have noted that the auction formats developed by the winners have been used to sell radio frequencies, fishing quotas, and also airport landing slots. So this the research which have been done by these economists have certain practical uses where we have to select certain combinations. Okay, so now moving into the next article. Assam Industries and Commerce Minister Chandra Mohan Patwari has reviewed the progress of gas pipeline network, and this topic we are studying under the General Studies on Assam paper, Economic Development. So, Industries and Commerce Minister Chandra Mohan Patwari reviewed the progress of the Indradhanush gas grid pipeline and Barauni Guwahati gas pipeline projects. So, this Indradhanush gas grid pipeline is important from our GS5 paper perspective because Assam government's this is a plan for introducing gas pipeline connection in Assam, and GAIL is executing the 729-kilometer long pipeline project from Barauni in Bihar to Guwahati, and Indradhanush Gas Grid Limited IGGL is executing the northeast grid of 1656 km by connecting it with Barauni Guwahati pipeline. So through Barauni Guwahati pipeline, the natural gas will be will be ensured in Assam and Northeast, and through the Indradhanush Gas Grid Limited project, the available natural gas will be distributed in the Northeast. Now, as a part of the Government of India's Hydrocarbon Vision 2030 for Northeast, the gas grid project will connect the 8 Northeast states to the national gas grid throughout the Barauni Guwahati gas pipeline as a part of the Urja Ganga scheme. So, this point is important that as a part of the Government of India's Hydrocarbon Vision 2030 for Northeast, this gas grid project will connect the 8 Northeast states to the national gas grid. So the 8 states of Northeast India will be connected to the national gas grid through the Barauni Guwahati gas pipeline, and land acquisition process is right now going on in all the 8 northeastern states. So now coming to the next important newspaper article, rupees 1 lakh crore sanctioned to boost agriculture infrastructure. So this we are discussing under the General Studies 3 paper, Economic Development. So the Government of India has announced a financial package of rupees 1 lakh crore for giving a boost to agriculture infrastructure in the country. So the government is has announced to give a financial boost to the agricultural infrastructure in the country, and this was disclosed by the Union Minister of State for Finance, Anurag Singh Thakur. So the fund of 1 lakh crore would facilitate the development of agricultural infrastructure that includes collection centers, warehouses, storage centers, food chains. So these are the forward and backward linkages for the agricultural sector, and this will help the farmers to have better income generation from the farming and allied agricultural and allied sectors. Also, funds for the development of animal husbandry and fisheries sector have also been launched to diversify the sources of farmer income. So here the minister has also along with the package, the minister has also assured the recently passed the acts which will empower the farmers to choose between whether to sell to the government uh, or to the private players. So this will give the farmers a choice, and the farm acts which have been passed have empowered the farmers with the power of choice. That is where they are getting uh, better income for their produce, they will sell there. Now coming to the next important newspaper article, Rokhara's Lokmanath Bezbarua's birth anniversary to be celebrated on October 14, and it is the 156th birth anniversary of Sahityarathy Lakshmanath Bezbarua. So this is itself a prelims based question from his the year in which he was born. So this is important. In the upcoming exam, this can be asked. Now here there is an important scheme from the government of Assam, and department is the elementary education, Department of Elementary Education. So towards achieving physical and mental excellence in growth of children, there is a implementation of midday meal scheme in a new look. So to enhance the nutritional intake of children studying in the elementary schools, midday meal scheme has been successfully implemented in 53,865 government or government aided schools covering 42 42,80,000 students from class 1 to class 8 across Assam. Now, these are important points, highlights of the steps taken by the education department. So these can be used in mains, and these points may also be asked in the upcoming prelims examination. What are the steps taken by the education department? So here the government has decided to increase the nutritional intake, and they will provide that every child is given egg every week, and vegetarian students should be given soybean or paneer, and rice cakes, that is our pitha or laddu, specially made from the surplus foodstuff meant to be distributed in schools, are also being distributed. So along with education, the food security and nutritional intake are also ensured. Now we will discuss the important editorials. So the first editorial is regarding the Mayong heritage. As we know, we have a very special heritage in the Mayong in Morigao district. So this will come under our General Studies on Assam and topic culture. So since time immemorial, Mayong conjures up the image of wizards and witchcraft, and as time rolled by, the famed wizards of Mayong slipped into oblivion. However, there is a treasure of books which are left, and inscriptions, metal plates, jewelry, old coins, tools, and also some other instruments with the magic which they practiced. So in 2002, to ensure that the magical remnants can be preserved for posterity, the Mayong Village Museum and Research Center was set up. However, there is much to be done to revive and for promotion of the heritage at Mayong. So the museum which was established faced threat to its very existence because funds have been very less provided. Also, the Gerda Henkel Foundation, has endorsed a project to preserve the objects housed in the museum scientifically. So, while preserving this artifacts and various books and inscriptions, it is very important that we ensure that these are maintained scientifically. The foundation has so far managed to digitize around 250 manuscripts after scientifically treating them. So these scripts relate to traditional medicine and Tantra mantra. Among the relics in the museum are terracotta items dating back to the 12th century, besides archaeological relics of the Mayong kingdom. So there was a kingdom called Mayong kingdom in the 12th century. And there are traditional knowledge and community participation have helped them to overcome the water scarce winters. So these indigenous irrigation system can also help us in our modern day problems to solve them. So this is one important sector where Niti Aayog and also our government of India has emphasized to use the traditional knowledge of our indigenous communities so as to better manage our resources. So this concept has been inspired from the traditional wisdom perfected by the local missing community who has learned to live with the floods. So in our flood, combating the flood situation, these can also help us. So ultimately, why we study our ancient and medieval knowledge of traditional knowledge and history, so as to we can use them in our betterment of the society. So at the core of our objective, betterment of the society always there. So with these students, we come to an end to today's current affairs class. I hope this class was very helpful. Thank you very much.